What's happening? It's Anthony Russo. It's time for the Daily Truth, the truth in 5 minutes or less. Let's get to it. Go ahead and like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. Today's truth is going to be talking about not looking too far ahead because you might end up not taking the first step. So again, please do all the things with this video. Also, of course, in the comments, there is a link. There is a link to the five steps to getting unstuck. That is a free video for you guys. Go ahead and check that out. There's more stuff at the end. Haven't finished the dang funnel, but at least you'll have the information for that video. I hope everybody's having a great day. So let's just get the party started. Let's do this. Again, this is the truth in 5 minutes or less. Share it. Do what you can. So I was on a jog the other day, and I was listening to something talking about taking the first step and having an issue of looking ahead. And when you see what you have ahead of you, and if it's too big, it's so hard to start. And it resonated with me because I thought of something in my own life. I remember, so I've ran 8 marathons, 8 full, and I think 5 halves, 7 or 8 full and 5 halves. But I remember the Dallas Marathon, which I believe is one of the last marathons I ran a few years back, several years back, 5 or 6 years ago. Time flies. And I remember why I hated that marathon. I love running, and I actually really like marathons. I hated that marathon because of one part. There is an element when you get to about mile 10, when you are essentially going against the grain of where you have to go and then turn around and come back. And it's like you're running 4 miles in one direction, seeing the 4 miles you have to run back along the lake. And to me, there was nothing harder. There was nothing more daunting than that. So if you have to look too far, and this is a life lesson, if you have to look too far ahead, you'll never be able to take that first step. And in this marathon, I remember seeing all that I had to do. And honestly, I had ran 26 miles before. This would not be the first time I had run a marathon, but it was the first time that I had to see people going the opposite direction, knowing where I'm going and looking back. That's why you don't run a marathon around a track, because you see what you have to do over and over. And even then, it's like broken apart into that quarter mile. This is like 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, knowing that you're going to have to be doing it the other direction. So, that even though that wasn't I've ran hilly marathons, I've ran hilly halves, that could be deemed as difficult. Nothing was more difficult than when I saw this whole long task ahead of me that I was going to have to go through on the way back. Nothing was more daunting than that. And that's the perfect way to realize when you look at life. We all have big goals. We all have things we're going to strive for. We all have these ideas that are incredibly grand, and you should set goals. You should do all these things. But if you sit down after you've set this goal and you go, how am I going to get from where I am right now to point Z? Start thinking of little steps. Don't go, how do I go from making no money to $5 million tomorrow? That's not the way that it works. Start realizing that there's steps. How am I going to have 6-pack abs? Say you're 40 pounds overweight. You know that your goal is 6-pack abs. Tomorrow, your first step is going for a jog, lifting the first set of weights, going to the gym for 45 minutes. Starting a new way of eating, a new lifestyle. All of these are little steps. But if you wake up in the morning and you're like, you do one workout and you're like, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Why? And then you'll give up. That's why people give up, is because the task looks too big. Even though goals are made to be achieved, and we need to do goal setting. We need to set goals and have an idea of where we want to go in the future. We can't think that it happens automatically. And if we expect it tomorrow, then all of a sudden it becomes too daunting of a task when it doesn't actually happen tomorrow. Such is life. That's it. That's my message for today, guys. So yeah, make sure the goals are big, goals are huge, but start breaking the task apart into little elements so you can take that first step. In order to complete a mile, you have to take a step. In order to complete a marathon, you have to run a mile. Break things up into smaller pieces. Life will get a little bit easier. That allows you to challenge yourself more and not be as daunted. Anyways, ladies and gents, that's it for today's Daily Truth. Like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. And remember, the truth will set you free. Do not surrender your pet. Do not be a garbage human being. God bless. Have a great rest of your day.